So this is how I finish my collar. First of all, as you can see, I have stitched the collar to the jacket already. And before I did that, I first pressed the allowances for both the upper collar and the lower collar. Now I have attached the lower collar and ironed it inwards, that is the allowance inwards. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm now going to stitch this in place. But to get a neat finishing, what I usually do is I use a hand needle and make a baste stitch with it. What is a baste stitch? A baste stitch is a temporary stitch you make on garments before making the permanent stitch. I'm using a contrasting thread for it, just so it will be clear. So I already ironed the allowance inwards, but a part of it still keeps coming out. So I'm just going to use my fingers to push it under the collar. Now using my baste, my needle and thread, that's my hand needle, I'm just going to make the baste stitch with it. I'll push in all the raw edges inside like this, and then go ahead and start the baste stitch. The baste stitch is supposed to help me get a neat finish at the end. So I'm just going to go in with my baste stitch. As I stitch, I will try to make sure that the allowance of the initial stitch is well hidden under. I'm just going to start with the top stitch and then continue stitching the lower part of the collar. That is the part where I have done the baste stitches. So now that I'm done with the top stitching and stitching this lower part of the collar to my main bodice, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a seam ripper to rip out the baste stitch that I made. If you can see, this is what the stitched collar looks like. And this is the wrong side. And that's how I get a neat finish for my collar and sometimes cuff for my sleeves.